Alright, my YouTube fans, this is Eric with Casual Car Talk. I'm Plastidipping the rims on the RS Gold, pure gold today. I bought the wheel kit from dipyourcar.com for about $70. We're going to start off. I actually got started already, so what I did is I cleaned off the wheels. This wheel and tire, which has safe for all factory coated wheels, so I felt pretty good about it. So I gave it a good clean down in the driveway, got everything looking nice, and then started the steps to get going with the Plastidip. Step one is to take so once you get your rims nice and clean, this is the pre-dip spray. So you wipe it on the wheels. I just used a microfiber rag, wiped it all around the surface of everything really good, got them nice and clean, and followed it up with a paper towel. I let it sit for a minute and then wiped all the excess off with a paper towel. Now the correct way to do this is actually to wipe down your wheels, or your not your wheels. Don't wipe your wheels with this. This is the dip release. So for Plastidip, it helps the Plastidip come off. So what you actually do is you put the dip release on a rag and you just wipe it around the tire all the way around. Don't touch the rim with it at all. And then once you do that, that makes it so that the Plastidip, when I peel it off, it'll come right off the tire there and look really nice and clean. So basically when I peel all the excess off, it'll come off easy and it won't grab onto the rim and start pulling the Plastidip off the rim as well. So that keeps it from sticking to the wheel, and make sure you get a nice clean seam around the outside of the wheel itself. So once you put this dip release on the tire itself, then you clean the rims off with the cleaner. Get them nice and clean. Again, let it sit for a minute, then wipe the excess off with like a paper towel. They do flake a little bit, but I wasn't too concerned since I'm Plastidipping the hell out of the wheel. 4 coats of black. You're supposed to use a can per wheel. I'll probably end up using 3 cans, maybe all 4, we'll see. But you clean it off really good, and then you start with a really light coat. You can go to the Dip Your Car YouTube videos to see how light we're talking. This is coat 3 right now that's drying. I'm about to do the last coat, and then probably a 5th coat just because I have the extra Plastidip. So making sure the rims go really nice. I decided to just go over the lug nuts, so I'm just making sure I get in there pretty good, and if they look bad, I'll take them off and just wash them off so they're blue again. I just have some aftermarket Mutekis. They're not great, but they're fine. But yeah, it's looking really good so far. It dries really quick. It looks great. It hasn't run at all. I've been doing pretty good with layering it nice. And a big step I would recommend that I was reading about is actually I filled up this little bin here with hot water and got it nice and like just hot enough you can still put your fingers in, and it still looks, or it's warm enough where it gets the cans warmed up so it actually mists out really nice. So for example, what you don't want is it to come out of the can really bubbly. So I sprayed on this little piece of cardboard here. So when I sprayed it right away, you can see these 2 drops came out of the can. So I definitely spray it on something before you start hitting the wheel. But it should get a really nice, for your first coat, it should be really light. A lot of unpainted surface area, but really light is how it should come out. And you shouldn't see these little drops like these little 2 right here and that little one in between them. That's bad. That causes running. So if that happens, your can might be too cold. If you're in Minnesota like me, that can be a bit of a killer for this project. But so far it's looking really good, and you can see it's still drying for this coat right on the bottom here, but it's not running. It looks really nice. Or I do spray onto the tire itself so that it peels off easy. So I'm doing just the coats, and then I do the whole coat, and then I finish it up by just going all the way around the tire and the rim of the wheel, so it gets the edge of the rim really nice and then also peels off nicely. Do that pre-dip, and that's what the dip release is for, so you can put all those coats on and then it'll still come off easy. So not too bad. But yeah, so far looking really good. Alright guys, after doing 4 coats of black, so you start with a really light coat and then progressively work your way thicker. We got all the black on. I used about 3.5 cans of black to do it right and get good coverage. And then this is the, it's still drying, but this was the last coat. I'm going to go around and do a touch-up real quick, but they're looking really nice. So this is one in the good light here, and you can see them on the car. They look pretty good. It's not overly flashy, to be honest. Like, not direct light. They look pretty subtle. They look good, and they're still drying. More than anything, I'm doing this to protect the rims, but also I thought black and gold would be a nice combo, and I am not disappointed. The reason you use the prep for the tire itself to peel it off easy is because all I did was pick at this a little bit. I'm not ready to peel it off yet, but you can see that it's just going to come off super easy with all the Plastidip on the wheel, and then hopefully it doesn't tear coming around the rim here, but I'll show you the end result in a minute here. Alright, so just to show how this comes off and how nicely it does. When I pull on this, it's coming right up under so that the rim still looks really nice, but also just the tire is being removed. So it looks really, really good. This is awesome. This is the easiest I've ever had this come off. Very cool. So yeah, that is how that is supposed to work, and I'm impressed that it does. So I'm going to finish removing all of that, pull the plastic out, and see what the final result looks like. So this is the end result right here. The little bags that were supplied with the kit came pretty good, and it looks awesome. I mean, really good. Take a step back and take a look at the car, and it's a nice gold. This is the pure gold kit. They make vintage gold and I think a couple other ones, but I am quite okay with this. I think it looks really nice, and it'll get the rims the protection I want for the winter.